Hello,
Hey,
Miles.
what's up?
My name is Ayesha Hassan, and I will be conducting another interview of you on the topic of good morning and the traditional value. And before I start the interview, I would like to say good morning again, as it's good morning. And now, let me start with the first question, if you are ready.
Good morning, right back at you. I'm locked in. Let's get it.
Okay.
What's the
What is the historical origin of the greeting good morning, and how has its meaning evolved across different cultures and time periods?
Let me look into that. Starting with a deep dive on a greeting. Uh, Very cool. So, good morning actually dates back to around 1400. Back then, it was more like good morway. It wasn't just a casual hello, it was basically a mini prayer wishing someone safety and well being for the day. Across different cultures, greetings usually started as a way to show peaceful intent, like showing your hands were empty, and then evolved into these more complex rituals about respect and hierarchy. That's the spark, anyway. Want to dig more into the cultural side of it?
Yeah. How does saying good morning
Let me see.
contribute to building trust, respect, and social harmony within a community?
That's a deeper angle. Basically, it's like a social contract in a tiny package. When you say it, you're acknowledging the other person exists and that you're coming in peace. It breaks the ice and creates this shared sense of predictability. Like, we're both here, we're both cool, and we're starting the day on the same page. That small bit of validation is what builds that baseline of trust before you even get into the actual conversation.
Hmm.
You think it's more about the words or the vibe behind them?
Maybe it's more about the words. So, I would like to ask another question. Why did humans develop time specific greetings such as good morning instead of using a single greeting throughout the day?
It's a really interesting pivot. I think it's because humans are obsessed with context. We don't just live in a day, we live in a series of moods. The energy of a morning, that let's get this started feeling, is totally different from the I'm exhausted and just want to eat dinner vibe of the evening. By using time specific greetings, we're essentially syncing up our internal clocks with the people around us. It's a way of saying, I know exactly where we are in the cycle of the day, which makes the interaction feel more present and grounded. It's way more intentional than a
Oh,
generic hello. You know what I'm saying?
yes. So,
Right?
this next question is just out of curiosity. In what ways do cultural traditions influence how people greet one another in the morning, and what do these differences reveal about societal values?
Let me look into that. I've always found it wild how a simple hello can tell you everything about a culture's core values. Like in Arabic culture, you've got Sabah al Khair for a morning of goodness, and the response is Sabah an Nor, which is a morning of light. It's just pure positivity.
Yeah.
Then you look at Japan with Ohayo gozaimasu and the bowing. That's all about humility and respect, especially with those social hierarchies. It shows that for some, the greeting isn't just a start to a conversation, it's a way to
Mm,
reinforce where everyone stands in the community.
well,
Pretty dope, right?
yeah, for real.
You think that kind of formality makes things, it definitely removes the guesswork. You know exactly how to act and what's expected. It's
Hmm.
like having a social cheat sheet. What's the next one on your
So,
list?
my next question is, how can the absence of a good morning greeting affect interpersonal relationships in families, schools, or workplaces? Also, give me some examples, by the way.
That's a heavy way to start the day, honestly. When that greeting is missing, it's like a silent signal that something is off. In a family, if you wake up and nobody says anything, it can feel like there's this wall of tension or just a general coldness, like you're invisible. In a workplace, skipping the good morning can make the environment feel transactional and sterile, like you're just a gear in a machine instead of a person. Even in schools, for a kid, that simple acknowledgement from a teacher can be the difference between feeling welcome or feeling like they're just another seat in the room. It basically creates a vacuum where trust and warmth should be.
Hmm.
You ever felt that vibe where the silence just screams that someone's annoyed?
For real, when in the classroom nobody talks or the teacher doesn't welcome you like in the good morning sense, then you feel like a bit of offness in the classroom. Like it's a bit off or the vibe doesn't match.
Exactly.
So my next question
That's the
is,
perfect way to.
in what ways has globalization influenced the adoption
Let me check that. It's wild to think about how the whole world is starting to
and
sound the same
adaptation
in
of
some way.
traditional morning greetings around the world?
basically a huge blending process. Take the handshake that started as a Western thing, but now it's basically the global standard for business.
Hmm.
Even simple words like hi or hello have become universal shortcuts.
For
But
real.
it's not just one way. We're seeing a lot of hybrid versions where people mix their traditional greetings with these global ones. Plus, things like the pandemic really pushed us toward virtual waves and elbow bumps, which just
Hmm.
added another layer to how we do this.
No.
It's like we're creating a global greeting language, but some of the local flavor still sticks around.
So thank
Do
you,
you think we're
Miles.
losing too?
I would like to end this interview as the 5 minute timer is up. So thank you very
All good.
much for this interview.
No problem at all. Uh, I
Bye.
really enjoyed the deep dive into the good morning vibe. Whenever you've got another weirdly specific topic for an interview, I'm in. Catch you later.
Okay.